Hi guys, and welcome to my what's gonna be my June and July wrap up. I was gonna do a June wrap up before I went on vacation, but I didn't feel like it, and I wanted to include some books that I may have finished while I was on my journey, because I left June 29th, I think. I'm pretty sure June 29th I left for vacation. I finished my audiobook while on vacation. I finished 2 books while on vacation, which I think is absolutely fantastic that I actually had some time to read, and considering all the train trips that I went on, of course I had time to read. It's just more the matter of whether or not I felt like reading. I even had a 8 or 9, actually what ended up being a 10-hour flight home to read on as well. So anyway, I shall start with my June reads. So in June, I think with the summer, I really want to get out. I've been spending kind of a little bit more time outside. I've been wanting to do other things besides reading, which is absolutely fine. I'm ahead of the game anyway, with my 50 books to read in the year, and I am definitely actually going to shoot for 75 total. I haven't changed my goal on Goodreads at all. I'm not going to touch that. If I read 75, awesome. Right now I think, or at least I hope, I am on the right track to read 75 this year. So anyway, the first book that I finished in June was Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. Robin Hobb is a very interesting writer. I enjoy her books, but I don't enjoy her books until like the middle. And it's really frustrating that I have to read 300 pages of utter, I don't want to say crap, more like backstory, to get to the actual action of what the book is dealing with and to progress the plot more. And I'm kind of holding off on Assassin's Quest because of it, because I also have I think 2 other series of hers that I want to get through as well, hopefully this year. I'm not promising anything, just because it's very hard to get through the first half of the dang book. But anyway, overall excellent. Of course, I'm going by the second half of the book. It's very interesting, and our character, for some reason I forget his name because it's been a while since I picked up one of the books. I think it's gonna be one of the August books. It's gonna be the last book, so we'll see how that goes. I was thinking about doing an audiobook for the last one, but we'll see. Audiobooks are kind of hit or miss for me. It depends on whether or not I like the narrator, so we'll see. The second book I finished in June is Murder in Mesopotamia. Once again, I think I mentioned it before, there is a point where Agatha Christie gets a little dry and boring, and I think this is actually one of her earlier books, if I remember correctly, and it's okay. It's not like, and then there were none great, or Body in the Library, great. It's just okay. And it's not something I would look at and say, oh wow, I'm not going to read any more Agatha Christie, because that'd be just a lie, wouldn't it? The third book I finished in June was Ocean at the End of the Lane, and I believe this is my first audiobook that I finished. I'm kind of wary about audiobooks, like I said before, that it really depends on the narrator, on whether or not I like it. I didn't entirely like the narrator too much. He kind of did change his voice for characters. I think most of the narrators that I've heard do audiobooks do that, which is awesome. I don't know. Maybe it was because he had a British accent. I don't know. I didn't really like the narrator, and I didn't really like the book itself. Neil Gaiman is the author, if you don't know that by now. I think most people, or at least the people that I've watched, do like Neil Gaiman. Not a big fan right now. I'm hoping to get to Good Omens or American Gods by the end of the year, and we'll see then before I really judge him, or whether or not I will read more of him. But I think he's kind of compared to Terry Pratchett, but I think I like Terry Pratchett's humor a little bit better. I don't know. We'll try him again, but I don't know what I rated this book, but I know it was okay. The next book I read, the fourth book rather, that I read in June, was Well Read Then Dead by Terry Farley Moran, and that was refreshing. After, I think I was reading them simultaneously, which Ocean at the End of Late, it kind of refreshed me a little bit. It's a nice murder mystery, and it kind of reminded me a bit of Stephanie Plum novels, because it's like the unlikely detective kind of kind of story. So that was refreshing. It takes place in Florida, centered around a book club, which, who wouldn't read if you like cozy mysteries and you love books? So I think if you're into that, it is must read, and I will be picking up the second one that this author wrote. I think she has out 4 or 5 now, so I can probably get caught up before she releases another one. Jeez, because I have so many Stephanie Plum novels to catch up on, it's not even funny. Especially in the Cat Who. It is not even funny how fast these authors put these out, and they're very well put together too. It's frustrating. It really is. Stop writing so much. I appreciate it, but stop. I can't keep up. So anyway, the last book, actually, the 5th book that I read in June was The Serpent and the Pearl by Katie. Was it Katie Quinn or Kate Quinn? I think it's Kate Quinn. And awesome. It is about the Borgias from 3 different perspectives. So if you don't like those types of books where there's different perspectives, I don't think you'd like this. But there's 3 different perspectives. There's Julia's perspective. Oh gosh, I forget their names because it's been a month. It's been a month since I read this book. The cook and the bodyguard of Julia, and they do have names. I'm just really forgetful right now what their names are. And it goes through Julia's rise to be the mistress of the Pope, and how the 2 other characters have their own separate story. The bodyguard is trying to avenge his. He says it wasn't really his lover, but I think there's more feelings for this certain person that was murdered than he leads us to believe. And then you have the backstory of the cook, which is very interesting. The twist that this author put in here of where she came from was, I think, absolutely wonderful. And I will be picking up this. She has a few of these out now. It's part of a series, of course. I have to start more series. I have enough to finish, but I started more series. It's awful. But I think she has 4 or 5 in this series out, and she also has ones about Romana as well. So she's very fantastic. I do highly recommend this. I think I rated this either 4 or 5 on Goodreads. So excellent. Check that one out. The next one, like, I think all these good books kind of came at once. I got through all the really bad ones, and I went through all the really good ones. I finished The Shadow Queen as well on the train to Vienna. It is by C.J. Redwine, and I highly recommend it. If it's an interesting, what is it, based off of Snow White? Hey book, are you based off of Snow White? It's over there. I did do the audiobook of it, but I also bought the physical copy for whatever reason because I loved it so much. I think it is based off of Snow White, and I think it's just wonderful. It's well done. It is a young adult novel, so you don't like young adult novels, I would probably still suggest that you try it, just because it's so well done and so good. So good. So please read that. The next one that I finished is The Curse of Lord Stanstead by Mia Marlowe. Romance novel time. This one was the one that I started and finished on vacation. It was kind of a quick read. I think it was around 300 pages. I really liked it. I'm really liking these indie romance authors, and what they put out, they're really great. And I think I've read this one for free. I think I still need to put a review up for this one. With free books, I do try to review them on Amazon and Goodreads to help the author out a bit, especially since I really liked it. If I find things that are a little bit weird about them, I do mention them just in case like someone else mentions it or notices when they're reading it, so they're not surprised about it. Like some errors, minor errors. Usually what I find in indie author books published solely on ebook through Amazon is more like small grammatical mistakes and stuff like that. The last one, so The Curse of Lord Stanstead was July, and then I'm Killing Disenchanted by Robert Corsa. It's spelled weird. I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe I do. C-O-R-E-S-E. I think that's it. Excellent as well. And it's funny too because it took me a while to buy this book. I think it was $2 on Amazon a few months ago. I sampled it, kind of liked it, but didn't buy it. Then it went up in price to $4 or $5, and then I'm like, oh no, that's too much to spend on a book. Spend on an ebook, which now I kind of said $5 is my top that I'll spend on the ebook now. But anyway, then I saw it on special again for $1.99 and just bought it because it's that good. There's a few mistakes, but not very many. But it's about this king who was gifted a sword by, I think they call him a warlock in the book. This sword, it's strong. It's his favorite sword. It's attached to him. He uses it all the time. But then he gets killed, and he wants to go to the Hall of Heroes. I think I might be making that part up, or it might be part of the mythology somewhere, the Hall of Heroes. But he wants to go to the Hall of Heroes and drink mead with the rest of the heroes. Well, his sword won't let him. He's attached to that sword, and he has to roam the land of Dis as a wraith, and he wants to try and break this curse. And I haven't finished it yet. I have about 20 minutes left in it, so I'm finishing it tonight. But I am counting it for July, because I should have finished it last night. And probably will finish it and start another book tonight. So, that's it for now. I'm still amazingly 8 books ahead, even though I kind of slacked off last month because of my vacation, and then I came back from vacation. I'm like, I don't want to read. I just want to catch up on YouTube. I just want to relax. Like, relax, not like traveling relax, because that's not relaxing. I kind of refuse to call it a vacation because it was really only a vacation from work. It wasn't like I was sitting on the beach somewhere drinking martinis every day. No. Nope. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you probably in a bit. I'm very disappointed that I did not get to do Booktubeathon. I really wanted to, but the 18th, when it started, was the day I got back from vacation, and I did not feel like doing anything. I struggled with jet lag the first week I was back, and I finally got back on my feet when it was over. So I will be looking for the next booktube challenge I can find, just because I love that energy that it comes with reading challenges, and I think it makes it more fun too, especially when you're looking on Twitter and seeing how much everyone else is having fun, how their progress is going. It's makes it so that you're not like a single reader reading, but a whole community reading, and it's really great. It really is. Believe me, please. So that's it for now. I hope you guys are doing great with your reading as well, and we'll see you next time. Ciao!